It is the state's paramount duty to provide basic education. That includes special education. With a cap on special ed, it essentially treats our special ed students like 3 of my 4 kids, like second-class citizens in this state. We can do much better. When you look at a list of the schools that are most disproportionately impacted by a cap, it is our smallest schools, the ones that cannot pass bonds, the ones that cannot pass levies. And our medium to larger size schools are often having to pass larger levies with larger amounts of property taxes on our already overtaxed citizens in order to provide more special ed funding out of their own pockets. And a cap is a double-edged sword, as was pointed out. You want to prevent overprescription, which is why the cap was instituted in the first place. But it is the wrong tool for the problem, because what it does is it essentially says that just because you have a little bit of extra services and supports that you may need, that all of a sudden now we're going to cap your ability to get the proper education. The right thing to do is for the legislature, who controls the purse strings, to be able to recognize and fulfill the promise of the constitutional rights and education of every student in our state. As was previously stated about electric buses and equity, we're solving equity for electric busing before we are solving the equity and diversity and inclusion in our schools of actual children with special needs. I'm deeply disappointed, although I am grateful that once again we just take a small step to increasing the cap, which is good, to provide a little bit of extra relief to the school districts, which almost unanimously every school-related organization, every school district has said, one of their top 3 priorities, if not number 1, is eliminate this cap. And we could have done that today, but we chose not to. But we should say yes to doing, I guess, the smallest step that we can do. And we should all look in the mirror tonight and say, is this enough for us? Out of all the money we spend in our state budget, it is our paramount duty to do this, to provide this education and fully fund it. And we have the absolute power to do this right now.